The Prophet ﷺ talking about how particular surahs benefit you in the station. Okay? So he said, recite the Qur'an, for on the day of resurrection it will come as an intercessor for its reciters. Then he said, اقرأوا الزهروين البقرة وسورة آل عمران. Recite the two brightly illuminated chapters, Surah Al-Baqrah and Ali Imran. And he said, فَإِنَّهُمَا تَأْتِيَانِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ كأنهما غمامتان أو غيايتان أو فرقان من طير. He said, for on the day of resurrection they will come as if they were two clouds or two shades or two flocks of birds. تحاجان عن أصحابهما, and they will be arguing on behalf of their companions. The scholar said, think of when Sulaiman alayhi salam used to walk in this world with his kingdom, and how everyone used to admire how it was all at his disposal. Now imagine a person walking on the day of judgment, and Al-Baqrah and Ali Imran are like two canopies, two flocks of birds, two clouds that are following you, and that everyone is admiring and wishing they had done so as well, wishing they had committed those surahs to their memory and acted upon them as well. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ said, اقرأوا سورة البقرة فإن أخذها بركة وتركها حسرة ولا تستطيعها البطلة. He said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, recite Surah Al-Baqarah. For doing so produces blessing in this life, and abandoning it produces regret in the next life. And وَلَا تَسْتَطِيعُهَا الْبَطَلَةِ can mean that the lazy are unable to recite it, or that sorcerers are unable to penetrate it. The Prophet ﷺ also mentioned some of these other short portions that we recite on a daily basis. He once heard a man reciting قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ, Surah Al-Ikhlas. And the Prophet ﷺ responded and he said, wajabat, wajabat, wajabat. It has become mandatory. And they asked the Prophet ﷺ what he was speaking about. He said, Jannah has become mandatory for that person by their recitation of Qul huwallahu ahad. Something so simple. But paradise is mandatory for the one who knows and who commits to Surah Al-Ikhlas, Qul huwallahu ahad. In another authentic hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, whoever recites Ayat-ul-Kursi, Allahu la ilaha illahu, after every one of the prescribed prayers, the Prophet ﷺ said, لَمْ يَمْنَعْهُ مِنْ دُخُولِ الْجَنَّةِ إِلَّا أَنْ يَمُوتَ. Nothing is standing between him and his entrance into paradise except for death. Meaning it is guaranteed for him at that point that he's going to enter into Jannah. So we've covered Al-Baqarah, Ali Imran, and then Al-Ikhlas and Ayat-ul-Kursi. Now there is one more companion, and this is what the scholars say is the persistent intercessor.